Hi everyone, it's John from What Up. Welcome back. For those of you who subscribe to the channel and watch the videos, I do want to thank you very much for that. And if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please click that subscribe button and click the notification bell. I usually put out 2 to 3 videos per week, all Wheel of Time on Prime centric. If there's news or rumors or conjecture out there, I will cover it. If there's not, I get to do fun videos like this one. I may not always put the videos out on the same days. Might be the weekend, middle of the week, so please click the notification bell so you do know when I release them. Alright, in this video, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go through my dream castings for cameo roles for the first season. Now, as far as spoilers go, we're going to go through spoilers up to and including the end of The Eye of the World. It'll be no major plot spoilers. It'll be nothing that's really going to impact your joy of watching the show or reading the series if you haven't done either one of those things yet. However, I am going to talk a little bit about some minor characters that are going to be in the first book, so there's a little bit of spoilers there. Now, I do understand that they're filming the show right now. Filming is due to end in May 2020, so a lot of these characters that I'm going to pick for cameos, they've probably already been cast. People have they may have even shot the scenes. I don't know. None of us really do at this point. Like I said, these are just my dream castings for these people. Now, I do want to mention that I want to see at least a cameo from these people at some point during the series. I think it'd be very important for a lot of these very, very important Wheel of Time alumni to be featured in the show at some point or another. All right, with that, let's get down to business and see who I've chosen. First person is Harriet McDougall, the late Robert Jordan's widow. I really think it's important that she be factored in at least somewhere in the series as a cameo role. I'd love to see her on the screen, and I think most of the fans agree with that fact. It'd be nice to see her doing something. Now, who do I think she should play? Well, I think she should play Illa, Rand's wife. Now, the reason I think that she should play the wife of the leader of the traveling people that we meet in the first book is a couple of reasons. There's a few lines there, and I know that Harriet isn't an actress. However, I think she could pull that off. I think she'd be able to do a small speaking role on screen, which would be really fantastic. And it's a recurring role as well. So we get to see Illa a couple other times during the book series, so we should see her in the Amazon Prime show as well a couple of times, which would be really fantastic to see. There's a third reason too, but we'll get into that in a minute. Second person, Brandon Sanderson, author of the last 3 books of the Wheel of Time. He picked up where Robert Jordan left off after Robert Jordan passed away. He's a fantastic author. He did great things to the Wheel of Time, and according to his recent live stream, it was a very stressful period in his life trying to pick up after such a great author who he really idolized. Now, who do I think he should play? Well, he should play a quirky, fun character, and that'd be Master Fitch, owner of the Stag and Lion in Berlin. Why? I think he played good. I didn't keep her really well. He fits the description, and it's a minor role. There's some speaking parts in it, and we know he's comfortable in front of a camera because he does a lot of public appearances. And I think it'd be nice to see him interact with some of the characters that he helped maintain. All right, next on the list. Next on the list is Rafe Judkins, the showrunner of the Amazon Prime's Wheel of Time show. He was first made famous by Survivor and then ended up being showrunner and producer for various number of shows in Hollywood, including Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and now he's taken over the Wheel of Time. So he's basically the end-all, be-all when it comes to the Wheel of Time show. I'd love to see him in the show, and this ties right in with my third reason for wanting Harriet to be Illa, one of the traveling people, because I think Rafe would do a good job of being just one of the traveling people that Illa talks to around the fire in the night. Doesn't have to be a named character. He can come up, he can speak with her, he can interact with her. I think it'd be really fun to see the two of them interact on screen just a little bit, even if it's just in the same shot. I think it'd be fantastic. Now, I know he doesn't really have a habit of putting himself in his works, but I really think that he should, at some point, because it's such a big, sweeping fantasy epic, be in there, at least for a small cameo role. And if he plays one of the traveling people, well, he can pop up a couple more times whenever we see that band of traveling people again. All right, let's go on to the next person. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Billy Zane. Oh my God, Billy Zane. Winter Dragon. Why? Whether you want to admit it or not, Winter Dragon is a very important part of the Wheel of Time community. It was the first time we got to see any of this on screen at all. As good or as bad or as much as you like it or dislike it, and I know the popular opinion on this is leaning towards dislike, Billy Zane was a large part of that. Who did he play? He played Ishmael in that, and he actually did a pretty good job. I enjoyed his rendition of Ishmael just because I kind of like Billy Zane anyway. He's quirky actor, and he does a good job. Now, who do I think he should play? Well, he's kind of a big name actor. He's not been doing a whole lot lately, so he won't command a big price. But who do I think? I think he should play Lord Barthanes. The Dark Friend, which fits right in with, he played Ishmael before, so he can play Dark Friend again. That Rand and Huron and the rest of his party meet in Carrion. And he invites them to a party to see if Rand supports the king or not, and ends up delivering a message from Padan Fain during the Great Hunt. Now, it's not really in Book 1, but I think he would fit really good for that role. I think he'd play it quite well, because he can play the aloof Lord quite well. I think it would work out really good. That and the fact that he does end up dying, so he's not in it a whole lot. He can come in, play the role over a couple episodes, and then he doesn't have to play anything else after that. But he's still part of the show, and he does get to cameo role. I think it'd be a great fan service for all of us who know what the Winter Dragon is, to see him again involved with the Wheel of Time show at least a little bit. All right, who's next? Sara Nakamura. Now, she is the book consultant for the show, and she was also involved in a minor role behind the scenes in Winter Dragon, for those of you who don't know. She is currently in Prague during the filming, and anything and everything that has to do with the books, she advises them on. She's read the series over 30 times, and she's very active on Twitter and interacts with her fans there. So, who do I think she should play? And I'm not saying this to be funny, but I think she should play Else Grinwell. And I'm not saying it to be funny at all. I think she played the character quite well. She fits the description, and it's a minor role. Rand and Matt meet her on the way to Camelin. She is a daughter of a farmer that they stay and do some work at the farm. And then later on, you see her a couple of other times throughout the series at the White Tower, where she's training to be an Aes Sedai. So I think it would fit really good in with Sarah's involvement in the series. The fact that she really likes the Wheel of Time, and she's been a big part of it for a long time. I think it'd be good to play a small role. Very few speaking lines in it. Else doesn't talk a whole lot in the books. She mostly just is kind of there during the shots. And in the tower as well, I think she has a couple of lines where she talks to Min, and that's pretty much it. So I think Sarah would do really well playing that character, just because it'd be nice to see her on the screen. All right, and now we come to Kate Reading and Michael Kremer, the audiobook gurus. If you've never listened to the audiobooks, and I'm going to give you guys a confession here, I honestly just started listening to them. I'm on The Great Hunt right now, and like I said, I'm on my 43rd reread, and it happens to be a listen this time. And I didn't know what I was missing before, but the audiobooks are fantastic. If you haven't listened to them yet, and I have never been a big fan of audiobooks, these are really good. They do a fantastic job bringing the characters to life. Like, I didn't know what I was missing. Anyway, who should they play? Well, I think they should play the last king and queen of Mandarin. Why? Because I think they do really well in that area. Moraine, at the very first few scenes of the show, or if it follows the book, tells a story about how things ended and what went on. And I think that should be a flashback, and these two should play those roles. I think it would be really cool to see them playing those minor roles on TV, and bringing their very, very unique voices that anyone who's listened to the audiobooks will remember right away to the screen. All right, so that's who I think should be the first few cameos in the show. Now, I understand they've already filmed most of the first season. They're filming until May, so they have a few months left, and they've probably filmed a lot of the scenes and characters that I've talked about. So the chances of these people playing the characters I've chosen are slim to none. However, and this is a message, like if I can say this to Rafe Judkins, Sara Nakamura, and the cast and crew, anyone who's listening that's involved in the Wheel of Time show, these people are very important. And these aren't the only important people. There's a lot of important people in the Wheel of Time community. And if you want people to be talking about the show, if you want the internet to go nuts, throw one of them in as a cameo. I guarantee you, if in one of the episodes Harriet shows up, the internet will blow up the next day. It really will. it'll be all the free press you can think of. It really will. And these, like I said, these are not the only people that should have cameos in the show. It's just the first few I've chosen to do a video on. I'll probably do a few more videos later on more people I think should have cameos in the show. But I do think it would be a great fan service, and it would be really important to the Wheel Time community to see some of these people on the screen. Now, lastly, who do you think I should play? I mean, I have a, kind of an ugly mug here and a big scraggly beard. Let me know in the comments down below if I was to show up in a cameo role or an extra role or in the background, would I be random villager number 4 shoveling hay? Let me know. All right, so that's all I have for you this week. I do want to thank you all for watching the video, subscribing to the channel, and all of that jazz. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and here's to many more.